Hi traders, I'm going to look at these weekly pivots again and just look at the 60-minute charts before we look at the daily charts first. I have to admit, not a great day for me. I'll explain why as we go on very quickly. This is oil, and you can see last week we had really nice clean trending moves. We had this move up here, pull back to support, broke out, pull back, broke out, and we started having reversal bars, and it's all relatively clean. Here, we look as if we had a nice move up. We look as if we hold the support, move up, and then we just absolutely slam down. Pretty much just before the pits opened, this started to drop quite hard, which I have to say I didn't get any of. I wasn't in oil at this stage. I did get a reasonable move up to that resistance. Sadly, I didn't flip it. So, and then by the time we get to come down here, we just start chopping around. So, I've not got anything out of that today. What I did do today is I did get euro. If you look at the euro US, posted this in the room. I marked off this decent support here. I like this hammer. This is what drove me about it. The whole reason why I got focused on the euro today is because this hammer in the 60-minute chart yesterday. Because if you look at that low here, when they dropped it today, they quickly picked it up into this area, and then you had this trend line coming down here, resistance up here, but they just, every time they pulled it back, they bought it until eventually we ran up into that resistance. So I like the euro. Not a fantastic, not a big move, but a move nonetheless. So when you get triangles like that, I like to buy the baseline. That to me is a massive, great big triangle. So I will buy the baseline, tuck my stuff away, and then see if I can get a breakout. Which is why I posted that. So tomorrow, we'll look at the daily later on, but I would look to buy this level here, which we'll look at that. We'll look at that in more detail in a minute to see if we can come and attack this weekly pivot. Okay, one thing I didn't do today, which is a bit crazy considering how much I've been talking about the pound this week, I didn't take the pound. It started to move out after I got before I got to my screens. I didn't want to buy high, and I basically missed out. And 2 days this week, the pound's moved up and sold, moved up and sold. So when it moved up, I actually thought it would sell. But we broke above here. That resistance became support, and it moved up another 40 points. So that's a shame. That's the shame. I regret not managing that yesterday a bit better because I took it off at resistance. I took it off up here when I should have left it. Okay, so let's look at dailies. Let's get straight onto dailies now. Very nice close in the pound. So guess what? I'm still going to advise that you look for pullbacks. I don't think you'll get a pullback that deep. Let me try that again. I'll tell you what, let's just use the marker. 155.90, 156. Not that much further down from where we are. And what I'm looking for is to see if we can get up to, if we can really start to motor, but I think we can get up to 108. RSI is not excessive. We keep getting these lifts up. Let me think this. We've got 1, 2, 3 waves. This is an A, B wave. That's A. This is B. If we get a C and D is normally the big ones. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. Okay, so I would look to see if that could. Don't worry about Elliott wave. You don't need to know Elliott wave. What you do need, because if you just keep buying pullbacks and then see if they can go up to these pivots. So we've held the weekly. We're above weekly R1. So 157 is the next target. I've not been talking about the pound yen as much, but obviously this is after this failure here, this reversal bar, we got bought down here and we've broken up through resistance. So that 154, which is miles away now. So the reason why I'm talking about the pound US and not pound yen is because that's much closer to resistance. RSI is that much higher. So yeah, I think this is, I'm guessing from a technical point of view, not an abstract guess, that this could struggle up here, whereas I think the pound US got more potential. Euro. This level here, this 132, is absolutely crucial. But what we've got here is a hammerite bar, close above. So I will buy 131.90 to see if we can get to 133. I think we can get to 133 if that works. So that's a new low in the. Not only is that hammer, it's a new low in this downturn and a close above next day. So that is a definite reversal for me, and I would gladly buy a pullback in that one. I am long this pound Aussie dollar. I've got a very little buffer at the moment, but because we're on weekly S3, 3 selling days, a decent support. I wouldn't advise you to go into that because I was looking for a bigger close, and of course I hadn't got it. So I've got to stop just under this S3 level here, not risking many points. But because we've still got 3 heavy selling days and no reversal patterns, I may get a small stop out in that one. Gold has come off. It's struggling under, it's come back to retest that shooting star, close lower, may just roll over there. So I'll leave it. This dark CAD is broken down that through that trend line, and that looks lower. The reason why I'm not going to trade that is because I think the risk reward ratio is not great. Because we've got major support here at 103.40. If you get a pullback, risk reward ratio is probably just about okay. You'd have to get up a stop at 105.60. Pull back to 105. Actually, I'll take that back. The risk reward ratio is there. What else? Actually, the euro yen. I should look at the euro yen because that's had a great day today. Not as good as the pound pairs, but certainly very good. And the resistance 132 is massive. So I would stick to the pound pairs. This is the one I want. I'm long this one. I mentioned this in the room. This is the euro pound. I know it's a very slow one, but if you buy this, it's a close stop, and you can just tuck it away. That's a hammer on S1 with low RSI. And look at the history here. We've got a massive amount of history here. So if that closes above 85, I think that's going back to 86 at least. Put the fibs on this one. It's the last big move. Yeah, so you can see how important this 85 level is. Close above 85, and that's definitely got the potential to even go right up to 88. Yeah, like I said, it is a slow one. So the entry is, if you're a day trader, I would look for 84.50. In fact, if you're a swing trader, I'd look for 84.50. Why not? Now, rather than wait for a break of the hammer, why not, just try and pick up 84.50 like everybody else. Your stop is close. It's about, look at that, about a 30 point stop would do that, and you're looking to get 86 out of it. So it's not a bad risk reward ratio. All the US has just run, hasn't given me an opportunity to get in. So I've missed this little run. I would sit tight, and I would, in fact, I would still buy, in fact, I am going to put an order in that. I would buy 91. And my stop would need to be about 120 points under there. Again, yeah, I would do that because I do like these patterns. And I think there is a good opportunity for the Aussie to get right back up to 94. Let's look at the daily on oil. I haven't looked at the Dow yet. Let's look at the Dow. Very strong close, really strong close. This was a major level of support here. And I said yesterday, whichever way we break out of this area, this literally yesterday's bar, will be the direction for short to medium term. So that is now pulled back at 14,900. I think that's swing tradable. Your stop will at least have to be under today's. About a 95 point stop, because I think that could wind its way back up to this level up here. Okay, this is a wedge breakout, trend lines coming across the top. We break that. I've had 2 or 3 touches of that already. We break that, which I think we could. I think that is a nice trade. Now we've got divergent RSI. So we had divergent RSI here. Sorry, scrub that out. Yeah, when we came down here, RSI made a higher low. Stopping bar, a couple of breaches down here, a couple of retests of this level here, and then we really nice close. So that is a good level to buy now. Okay, nothing else I want to look at. Let me have a look at Aussie CAD. That's had a nice little run. I say little run, that's done okay actually. On the back of this hammer here, once it broke up through 94, that's done 225 points. Okay, a couple of stocks. Let's just see where we are with some of the stocks. Unilever is just on that weekly R1, and that's taken quite a beating. Oops. Well, that, having broken that major support, that's now a short at 24.40. RSI is very low though, so if we can close sometime soon above 24.60, that's a buy. In the meantime, that's had quite a ride to the downside. We had Star up here, a lower high, series of lower highs, kept each inching down, and now we bust through this major level because this gap has now been broken down through. Okay, so keep an eye on that because the RSI is low, but if we short up here, we could just roll over to some of these lower levels. Telly City. Okay, nice hammer down here a few days ago, and that's come up. Close above 850, and that could do well. Look at Barclays. Yeah, I've liked Barclays. I am long this one. I have a rights issue. Markets don't tend to like rights issues because it dilutes the stock. But that is a nice move. That's a buy now. That's a very good buy signal. So I would buy that. Got a gap to fill. I think that's a buy at 288 with a stop under 280. If you look at that pattern, that breaks out of that, that's going to run big time. Well, I say run big time, it's at least going to go back to 330. Domino's Pizza is having a good time. Lovely rounded bottom here off massive support. And what else have we got? What else has taken my eye? Premier Foods is still marching up. Rolls Royce is doing okay actually. Yeah, having held that 1086, we're above that resistance now. We just pull back to that resistance. So if that one can break out of that apex, that's going back to the highs. US stocks. Spectra. It's got a stopping bar with deep RSI, so I like that one. If I would buy 32.85 with a stop under 32.60 because I think that's the stopping bar. Potash. I think potash is a buy because if you look at, this is a big potash supplier to agriculture. I think that it's got the potential to bust up. If you bought, yeah, ideally you need to, I think it's going to close above 3. If you bought 29.85 and then stop on the 29.40, that's a relatively low risk trade. Okay, Chesapeake, let's look at Chesapeake. Chesapeake's got a break, got to hold that above 26.15. I think that's too high. I would really want to see a pullback on that one, but I'm going to have to leave that one. Okay, we'll leave that there, and any questions, let me know. Otherwise, please join me tomorrow in the room and for the next video.